All right, guys, had a pretty choppy day today. You can see the daily candle to SPY whenever you have kind of a wide range candle that closed right where it opened, and I'll show you on 5-minute basis. Let's see, it opened right here, sold off, took out the high of day, took out the low of day, and then kind of ended up closing about where it opened. That's the definition of chop right there. So here's what I'm watching tomorrow. FC, I didn't type that right at all. FCSC. I called this one today at 83 cents, kind of an afternoon flag break. It ended up closing at the highs pretty much at 96 cents. Massive volume, kind of up into this gap. So we'll see if there's a continuation day in that one tomorrow. OPHC. They had a big pop today on 1 million shares. Had a huge pop back here. Nice support below. I don't know. I think this one's worth watching. I'm pretty sure it ran as a sympathy to that CARV, which everything I've read and heard, nobody, including the company, knows why this thing popped. But if CARV holds up, this could be a nice red to green or something. It's OPHC. Thin stock, so be careful if you trade it. UAVS, this is pretty obscure. But it's kind of just basing down here. And if I go to 15-minute candles, this thing gets some kind of big pops every now and then, like here, here, and then closing pretty strong today. Let me switch to 60s. We can get a kind of a better look at it. So it's got nice support below and certainly kind of breakout territory up over 250. I don't know. I'm going to watch it tomorrow. I think these volume spikes, even though the daily chart's, kind of ugly, I think these spikes are meaning something, and it's certainly worth watching. DDE had a nice spike this afternoon. Told everybody when it was doing this, I was bidding around here, around the mid 190s, and then we ran out of time. I said, all right, I'm leaving. The heck with it, day's over. And then I get a text from Wayne and said, hey, that works pretty well. Went right down to the mid to low 190s and then ended up closing back pretty strong. Anyway, this is extended on the daily because you had this big pop here, a couple day pullback, and another big pop. We don't ever want to chase, but certainly worth watching tomorrow. Seems to move pretty easily. TYHT. Nothing compelling here. It did have a big volume spike yesterday, but in after hours, they had news. I don't know if it was earnings or what, but it's trading at 210 right now. So potential gap and go tomorrow. Fairly low float in that one, I believe, so that one's worth watching. CEI, a low-priced oil and gas play. Nice volume today. You zoom in a little bit here. Yeah, pretty nice volume today. So if oil holds up or oil rallies, this is kind of a decent go-to for a possible nice move tomorrow. Whoops, BLRX. Come on, there it is. So you had this gap up, sold off, another gap up today, kind of sold off a close. I like it over this 2-day high, so like over 95 cents, that might get going. I'm not in love with that one, but I think it's worth having on a chart. CLWT. Let's see. A third day down in a row, kind of a narrow range today. This one goes on long watch tomorrow. You had this big pop here, then you had a gap up here that reversed, but seems to be finding support maybe at the 8-day, and we'll see if it can hold today's lows tomorrow. It might be worth a potential long. I'd like to see a little volume come in if that happens. Sears Holdings, SHLD. Again, I just keep watching this one because it's had some big pops lately, like here, and then the gap up here, and you kind of pictures kind of flaggy. I like it over today's high, over 386. I think it might challenge this recent high of 408. A lot of shorts in this name, so that's why I'm keeping an eye on it. And then SORL I threw back on the watch list as well. I had the gap up and rally, and then 3 days lower. But today, kind of a little bit of a bottoming tail, potential long trade tomorrow. And that's it. Not a huge list. Wait a minute. I thought I might. Well, 376,000 shares traded. It is TAT. You know what? I'll add this to the list too. Potential red to green or something like that. I think that's another oil play. And there's not a lot of resistance in the way of this thing, so it might have a follow-through day tomorrow. I'll go ahead and add TAT to the list as well. We'll add some gappers in the pre-market in the morning, and should be plenty to trade from all that. Have a great night. We'll see everybody in chat tomorrow.